hello everybody, here we are, tile number 5 of our little advent experiment. So I hope everybody's okay. Must admit I had a bit of a lie-in this morning, I think I needed it, but all ready and fit to go now for our little tile. So if you're ready, I'm going to come straight in with pen today, no pencil needed, and let's get going. And just to remember that I'm going to be working top to bottom because of course it's got to fit in with a larger piece. So just so we remember, top to bottom. Okay. Now, I've been listening to some of the posts and, I know some of, these tiny tiles, one, they're great for fitting into your everyday life if you've not got time. But I do appreciate that sometimes they're a little bit difficult because they're quite small. So if you find that that's the case, then not to worry. Why don't you go for a larger tile? That's not a problem. Or you could draw it straight onto a larger piece and go straight in there. Or if you actually just draw the basics and then wait till everything's put together, then that just means that you'll be fine. I'm going to put a curve in here. That you can then put all the tangles in afterwards if you want to. So what I mean by the basics is the construction lines. So these lines I'm putting in here. So here we go. It's just a bit of a curve there. See, it's gone a bit wider. It's almost the point. And then here I've gone not too wide, but I've done a bit of a curve in there because I'm going to sort of get one in here as well. Just a small one. And then another one there. Looks a bit weird, but there we go. And then here I'm going to do another one. So sort of narrow, but getting a little bit wider towards the bottom. And then I'm going to use, let's have a look, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to use this space. And I'm just going to sort of split it. There we go. So that's the basics. If that's the thing, then all you need to do is that. And then, of course, you can add to it a little bit later on. So I'm going to start on this side. And I'm going to come in and put a little loop there. Then another. Then another. And, of course, this one, I'm going to go as though I'm doing another. But you see it's going off the tile there, which is absolutely fine. Little line and a dot in. A line and a dot. Line and a dot. Line and a dot. Okay. Ariana, that's the great thing, isn't it? You can now start to think what colours are going to go, and are you going to colour it in as you're going? Are you going to leave it monochrome? Are you going to go in with pastels? Are you going to colour it when it's all done? Or I mean, it's an experiment, so, we might find as we start to join some of these tiles along the way, we've got to sort of, work them in a little bit. Let's say we've never done this before, and the design I cut it all up. So there's no sort of specific fix points. And because these first tiles, we're working sort of a bit blind, we don't know how they're going to join together. But that's part of the fun, isn't it? Is to sort of make it work. So I'm just filling that in with some lines there. There we go. First one done. And we're going to come to this one. A little bit of a bubble in there. And then I'm going to just work around it with some loops. Okay. And now these are all going to be different sizes and sort of in random places. So don't try and work out a complete pattern here. Just sort of add a few in and see where it leads. And maybe see if I do another one there, it's going to look like I'm doing a zigzag. So I'm going to do one here instead. There we are. And then maybe one here. We don't want it to sort of look as though it's a set pattern. We just want to add a few these little flowers in there. Go, and then I'll just sort of add in some little bubbles, little dots. There we go. And this one, I'm just going to turn it onto its side for a minute because I find that it's easy to draw lines this way. So I'm going to do 2 rows, and then I'm going to do a row of bubbles. There we are, just sort of on that bottom edge. And then again, I'm going to do 2 rows. See, I've left quite a gap in the middle there, that's fine. And then a row of bubbles. Good morning everybody, thank you for joining me. I know I'm not giving you a set time for this and I'm posting whenever I can, so I appreciate you all coming out to say good morning and you joined in. So here we go, especially on a Sunday. And I'll get another one in there, maybe. And I'll start the row bubbles up from this side because of course now they're going to go on the inside. There we are. And I'm going to start here and I'm going to sort of come over the whole thing with a little bit like an S, one side to the other. And then another. And of course I don't want you to worry about how this is going to look. We don't know how it's going to look, so who's to say what's right or wrong? It's just about having a little minute to yourself, or 10 minutes tops, and doing this and then just watching it grow. And perhaps I'm hoping as well that maybe you'll sort of develop a little bit more confidence into trying something a little bit bigger. So who knows? Good morning, Richard. Wendy and there we go. Sorry, I don't always get to say hello to everybody because I'm watching what I'm doing and I can't watch all the messages. I do go back through them after. So. Okay, just a bit of a zigzag in this one. Almost to there. Okay. And then if I just create this little curve either side. Now you see it's quite narrow. Don't make this too wide. So I'm going to do all of them that way first, because my tile's set up in the right sort of shape to do that. And then I can go this way and work my way onto those ones. And then that way. And then I'm just going to do the same along the bottom there. And the same along this side. So again, keeping them quite narrow. There we go. And I'm going to just add a little bubble in the middle of each one there. It's going to be part of a bubble. And then just sort of take my time with it so it touches all 3 sides there. There we go. This one's going to be a little bit bigger. There we are. And just then fill in the gaps. So, crazy, isn't it? It's 5 days since we started this. And it's starting to take shape already. They're looking lovely, even on their own. You know, if you look at them, you can sort of, hopefully, imagine little designs sort of coming out. Excuse me. I mean, it is a little bit random because it's an abstract piece, so it's not going to reveal a Christmas image, but it's something that you can sort of have in your notebooks or whatever, or you can put on the wall if you want to for all year round, really. So just depends how it's gonna work out. But, sure, whichever, it's going to be fab. All right. I suppose if you're using larger tiles as well, you're going to have a bigger piece to work on, so that's going to be even better. But these ones, they only take, I don't know, 10 minutes-ish to sort of make up, and then that's your day sort of sorted, isn't it, really? There we go. So this one here, I'm going to come in with bit of a zigzag. Now this zigzag's going to match up with the zigzags that we did in the first tile, so it's one of those things that we're not sure where the zigzag's going to start here. So I think the best way is to not worry about it and just sort of come in with a part tile there, a part triangle, and then work it down, because of course it's not going to match perfectly, but we can make it sort of work in. So I don't want you to, don't panic about it at all. Don't try and match it or just go with the flow. Okay, So I'm then going to fill in these lines. So working on this side of these triangles, just sort of creating those lines. I'm just going to turn it slightly. There we go. There we are. Oh, I'll do another one in the middle there. That was a bit wobbly. There we are. So just sort of wandering down with that. And then same on this one. I'm just going to try and get each line to touch. That's something that you should sort of attempt to do when filling any shape. Just try and get the sides to touch like that. There we go. Rosetta 1 would be great on these. I think I'm using a smaller one today. It doesn't matter in a sense. It's whatever you've got. You know, it's whatever you're comfortable with. It's because, as I say, we're going to be making a larger image out of all of them, so you don't have to use a 1. Okay. Just filling in those lines. There we are. Oh, join them. And of course you can use any colour tile you like. And some of you are using the botanical, I've seen. Some are going with the cream, and some of you are sort of doing a bit of a mixture. It's entirely up to you. There we are. Okay. And then just sort of here, I'm just going to sort of put a little bit of a point there and there. So you just sort of, it's almost like two little pieces joining together. Now this section here is really small, so I'm going to leave that one until I actually do the tile next to it, and then we can sort of work out what little bit's going to go in there. But that is it for the day. That's your tile number 5. So I can bring that in. 1 second. You see what I'm doing with mine? You see, there you go. I'm just putting a little bit of tape on just so I can hold it in place. It'll move, of course, if I need it to. And again, just checking, look, there's my number 5 the right way around. Turn it round, and then I'm actually going to stick it into place. There we are. Okay, so where we just go a bit further. So you can see here, this is going to start to join with this one. You see here, look, this one. So this particular design, we're going to sort of go and put the bubbles in there later, and then here it's going to sort of work its way out, kind of thing. So you see, it doesn't quite match, but that really doesn't matter, so I don't need to worry about that. And then here is the shaded version. So there we go. So you see how I've just shaded up each of those channels there just to give it a little bit of something. And then again, it's not going to completely match, but not to worry. It's absolutely fine. It'd be great. Be fine. So, okay. So there we go. Tile number 5. So have a go at it, and you know, stick it down as you're going, or whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, we've got a few on there, so should be fun. So have a lovely day. Enjoy this one, and let's see what tomorrow brings. Okay, so take care, everybody, and speak to you tomorrow.